It was almost a year to the date from our event today. It was November 7th, and I went to Good Morning Cedar Rapids. I was there as an attendee with the St. Luke's crowd. And later that day was to be the Go Red luncheon for the American Heart Association. And many of my friends attended that day. I, however, had a very different day. After I left Cedar Rapids, I was going out to the parking garage, and being, competitive, I guess, maybe, I got between a couple of younger sets of people who were running up the stairs to their cars. And I thought, well, I could pull over and let them run past me, but I thought, I can keep up. So I was running up this couple of flights of steps, and I got to my car, and I thought, man, I need to do more of this. I was really short of breath. I thought, you are out of shape. So I got in the car and drove home. And actually, when I went into the house, went downstairs to turn the computer on, and I realized that I just felt a little bit funny, and I bent over and had this serious burning across the back of my right scapula, and then all of a sudden it just burned across my whole chest. Very, very intense. My mind immediately went to heart. This was very different than anything I've ever experienced. So I sat down and kind of put my head down on the desk because I just didn't feel well. When I got to the hospital, the first thing for me was a sigh of relief. St. Luke's is really my home away from home. It's been my professional home for over 40 years. I think part of that is being a nurse for many, many years. I think so many of my coworkers, physicians, technicians, we all are a bit reluctant to come in because we think we should know. We've been in the business, we know the signs and symptoms, and I think we're afraid of coming in and being wrong about that. And I think there's also a sense among the general public is that we're going to be bothering the people in the ER. My husband did not have the same opinion. He said, no, there's no sense in waiting. We need to go now. And I think I'm like a lot of people. I didn't want to be embarrassed. I didn't want to show up in the emergency room and have nothing be the matter. And he said, you would make me go. I'm very comfortable here, and I knew that the people here knew what they were doing and were going to take great care of me. So I immediately just felt relief. So I went to the CT, very quick, easy, painless, no problems, got back to my room. And about 20 minutes later, Dr. Andreas came in and he said, you have diffuse cardiac disease. How fortunate am I to get that kind of a warning and to not have any muscle damage, to be in a place where I could be cared for immediately by professionals that I knew and I trusted. I just felt tremendous relief, gratitude, and a little bit of, oh my God. And when I woke up, they were showing me the films, and it was quite impressive. I was surprised at how tight the lesion was in my left anterior descending artery, very, very little blood flow going through there. And then showing me the results of the stent, and to see that blood flow coming through those stents and really perfusing my heart was quite amazing. And I remember it was a relief. I thought, great, I know exactly what we're dealing with now. And since I've been having some twinges of maybe some vague symptoms, it was almost a relief to know and feel like it was fixed and I could move on and sort of one and done. Where it became a little more difficult is when I had some symptoms again and had to return to the cath lab. And then I started to realize that this is really probably something I'm going to have to pay closer attention to for the rest of my life. The importance of knowing your numbers is that you can be a much better partner in your care with your physician, and you can be much more proactive if you stay on top of those numbers. You may be getting older, but you don't have to feel less energy and less well because you're getting older. So I would say question that. If you think it's just age, be sure to ask yourself if that's true. If I hadn't gone to the hospital when I did, this could have progressed. It could have gone from being an acute angina attack to actually being a full-blown heart attack, could have become cardiac arrest. I think about the fact I could have been driving a car. I could have been doing something that would have caused danger, not only to myself, but to others. And so it could have been much, much worse. This was a tremendously fortunate warning sign to me, and one I'm very glad that my husband insisted I pay attention to. You know, you ask about what should we do as women who always put themselves last and say, I'm fine. I guess I would say to myself and to others, are you really? Are you really as fine as you think? I'm Ann Osborn, and I am a cardiac survivor.